To the Black Fire Radio, and this man saying, "Wagwan, Andrew Robinson, Jamaican brother, they are reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan African Bliss Show, Julie, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, massive.
This is the nice side. Don't make it a bumpy, make it jumpy. Take it easy, get our ponies and know ya. Don't make it a bumpy, make it jumpy. Take it easy, get our ponies and know ya. You see my set, you come know. Make your money now, la we no come know. You see my set, you come know. Make your money now, la we no come know. Don't make it a bumpy, make it jumpy. Take it easy, get our ponies and know ya. See, I'm still up in and I'm fully at.
Shout to Ghost in a Six.
Disappointed.
Uko na majina ngapi TikTok wewe?
Live with the bad.
How many accounts do you have on TikTok? You.
She wanna run in this.
Wagwan.
I spent 20 plus on my rider. So she wanna run in this designer.
Shout to MC Bravo.
Up on my life.
Shout to Kim the Tom.
Bumpy.
Wagwan people.
Take it easy. Get our company. You know ya. Don't make it a bumpy. Make it jumpy. Take it easy. Get our company. You know ya. You see my set, you know. Make your money now, la we know. You see my set, you know. Make your money now, la we know. Don't make it
So, shall I say more?
jumpy. Take it easy, get our company. Them know ya. Look at that. And then I'm pumped, you get pumped up.
But yes, Wagwan people.
You get pumped up. Sticking with the dance.
To everyone live with us on YouTube, that is also on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on the show page, on Rumble. Good afternoon from the 254. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday so far. It is a throwback Thursday right here.
Right, yeah, let me touch that.
And of course, being a Thursday, you know what's up, especially with myself.
You see how in my day.
The baddest DJ you can't afford. It's not the mood right now,
Make it jump.
but catch me tonight on the Culture Show.
Get our company.
But yes, welcome to the Pan African Bliss Show.
Don't make it a bump.
Every Monday to Friday
Take it easy. Get our company.
from 12:30 to 1:30. Sometimes a little bit late, but better late than never. You know, what's up? Karibuni sana people. Hope you guys are doing great. 5 minutes past the top of the hour. That's the time on my end. And of course, welcome to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show right here on the media of the 21st century, where today we shall be focusing our conversation onto South Africa, where I feel like enough is enough, man. Whatever is coming from this country, the response from the people, the attitude from the people, and what is happening on the ground, enough is really, really enough. Today we shall be talking about racism still being very, very active in the African continent, specifically South Africa, because there's no way in 2024 we're talking about slave auction. There's no way. Yesterday, when you guys, if you were focused on the Africa Today show, there's a time I lost focus and Kip thought I was sleeping. I was not sleeping. I was reading an article that had just been released about slave auction in South Africa, where this is actually happening in a form of disciplinary, and we shall be talking about because this is so heartbreaking. This is just so crazy to see that in an African continent, in an African country, today, as much as I understand what is happening in right there and the mentality of the people, it is so sad to see that men, to be specific, my attack today is going to the men, to the South African men, to be specific. It's so sad to see that your children have to go through this kind of shame while you're there calling yourself a dad. It is such a big shame. I might have a failure of a father, but he tried to stand up for me when I called out for problems majority of the times, or minimal of the times. I can't count how many times he stood up for me, but wherever he could or whenever he could, and as a father should, you should be there for your child. But it is so sad to see the state that today South Africa is actually in, where majority in the country are experiencing racism, the slave auction, and all types of nonsense going on in this country. That is our major focus for the day today. We shall also talk about what is happening in the Central African Republic and Kenya, where yesterday there was a confirmed outbreak of monkeypox, and we shall talk about specifically in Kenya, because I feel like when you talk about the Central African Republic and conjoining DRC Congo and the small Congo, I've seen the effects of actually sodomization going on there in that country, a lot of bleaching and a lot of things going on in that country. But in Kenya, it's raising a very big alarm, because I thought we are against, or we are anti-LGBTQ bill, you know, and much more coming from the African continent. So today shall be focusing majorly on South Africa. I have a couple of videos to share where shout out to someone like Tyler, and shout out to Keith for surpassing this information, because I didn't understand actually globally, not just South Africa, where we have, apart from the black people, the white people, the mulattoes are called colored people, if I am getting that correct. But actually there's a documentary that was recorded that was a few years ago, 5 years ago, and actually this documentary is talking about where there was a part of the community where the colored community to be specific, are still marginalized, and this comes even after the apartheid. We also see the black people who are facing racism daily in this country, but barely talked about, barely will you see in the mainstream media or on the mainstream media, barely do also South Africans themselves talk about it, because it is such a shame to see that you guys every single day, and if you're here, you're a South African, pass this message to your fellow South Africans, especially the TikTokers. They're really tough-headed. Always want to act like, you know, we know better than the rest of the African people. No, we actually know better than you guys. We know what you're really, really going through, and we're trying to address that. So today, we shall address the differences between the colored community. We shall be broken down on this video I have right here. We shall also share a video coming from a white South African woman who says our people always blame black people for their failures. But it should be the vice versa, you know. It should be the vice versa. And we'll also see where black South Africans facing racism, especially in a university. It was after a rugby game where the majority of the black South Africans were beaten by the minority of the white South Africans. It is so crazy to see this actually still going on in the African continent today, and I fail to understand where are our men. I really, really love South African. Trust me, I really, really love South African music. Down to earth, I'm a South African babe. Down to earth, I'm a Jamaican babe. The countries that Keith always comes after the most because of being taken over and men not being able to stand up is where my heart is. I find South African music for me really, really calming. They literally ease in my anger, my emotions. Like they just uplift me. That is how I feel about South Africa. Jamaica as well. But it is so sad to see where I'm looking forward to get my husband. You know, the men are not standing up for their children. How am I supposed to give birth and give you a baby if you can't even stand up for the babies who are there? You know, make it make sense. But that is our conversation for today. Shout to Polyamorous in the building. Karibu sana. Shout to Maina Maish. Shout to Ghost in the building. Hope you guys are doing great one more time. And welcome to the conversation of the day. And tap the screen. If this is your first time, kindly follow the live creator. And to ever live with us also on YouTube for the first time, on both channels, on Twitter, kindly also share the live, subscribe, and of course, welcome to today's debate. We started with an amazing banger right there. That is an amazing, amazing TBT. I don't know how many years old this song is, but I think I had this when I was in high school. It's called Pumpy, featuring there is that Dab, Brit Freeds, and a lot of couple of artists that I can't pronounce their name. It's a UK jam. But of course, we're getting back to one more song, and of course, coming back with the quote of the day. In case you have anything positive you love to share, feel free right here on the Black Fire Network. We are accepting all types of actually positive. Been a new month, actually. Happy new month to everyone. August 2024, hope it brings you all the beautiful expectations you've had all throughout the year. It's a month of breakthrough. Shout out to Iwaton. She said it's a month of breakthrough. You know, all the manifestation and money too. You know, it's a month of breakthrough. Hope you get everything you require, everything you've been praying for, everything you've been working for throughout this year. Una deserve. Kwa sababu wanafaa kupata nini? Pressure. This is Caterpillar coming in with Asano Afrocentric, and of course featuring also Siwa Saida.
You can put me in a box, you can pull up with the light, niggas smoking. Don't say my vibes, you can everybody talking. Nigga, born as a dead job for one dice. We can be in Sally niggas, studio 2 for 4 times.
Yes, and of course, karibuni sana once again. I don't want to waste much time playing right there music. Catch me tonight on the Culture Show. If you want to listen to much more of the jams tonight on the website, for those who are literally here, the Black Fire Networks. This one not on TikTok. Catch me on the website tonight on the Culture Show, where we shall be playing all the music requests we shall be bringing through. But for those who are with us on TikTok, people like Mzales, the Ghosts in Suits, and everyone, you know what's up. Tune in, Masayake. But of course, karibuni sana once again. Shout to Ikan Fire. Hi to you too. Hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to today's conversation. Hope your Thursday is beautiful. Whether you're feeling amazing, blessed, and hope you're ready for the new month as well. Happy new month, and hope you literally receive everything that you've been waiting for. That is what I'm literally manifesting for me. Literally, it should be a month of just you receiving everything you've been waiting for. I don't know, but breakthrough. Period. Anyway, my quote of the day today as you start your new month, August 2024. It says, August is the month when the sun beats down the flowers and are full in bloom. Literally, it's a breakthrough there. You know, it's a time to enjoy a simple, the simple pleasures of life, like the taste of fresh berries and the sounds of the ocean waves, Shmani, you know? And the sounds of the ocean waves, come on. But anyway, karibuni sana. I'm so excited for the month of August because it's 2 years, actually it's marking 2 years since I was in TZ. That was the last time we were there. 2 years. Last year, it was actually 2022, August, when we were in Tanzania, me and Katie. But of course, 2 years down the line, we're going back. And I'm so excited. So I'm excited for August. I'm excited to see what it has in store. I'm excited to see the people I'm going to meet. All the things I'm going to be able to do myself, because every day I do believe also we as humans, we learning something about ourselves. That is something I've learned me as myself. Like every day, you as a human being as well, you're discovering something about yourself. And personally, I do love that about me. When I get to tap or understand something that I didn't know about me, it makes me super, super happy. I'm like, hey, okay, I did that, or I reacted like that, or it's something amazing that you get to learn about yourself every single day. But karibuni sana to the conversation of the day, where today, like I said, today we shall be focusing our conversation to South Africa, which is a country of late that has been making me super, super mad, because I don't understand, where are the men? According to the topic, like you can see, where are the men of this country? It's not just South Africa, because shout out to Keith again. I'm going to use his theory or his analogy, the one he was using yesterday. Shout out to the Nigerian who made Keith use that analogy, where we had the classification of our men and we're using women, where we have the white man, we have the we have the white woman, we have the Chinese woman, we have the Indian woman, we have the Mexican woman, okay? And then we have the Black American woman and the African woman. And if you try to look at all these women, each are trying to define what their men do. We have the white woman who talks about the hierarchy of the white man controlling and owning everything. But you go back to China, shout out to Kitman. That was a good one. And shout out to the Nigerian. I wish I can get that video, but that was a good one. That was a really, really good one. You come back to China, we manufacture everything. So you can tell me your money is better than me. Come to India, if you want to make your phones, all the technology is here. Come to Mexico, it's a whole lot of things also to break down. Like in every category, there's something all these men are doing. Come to the Black American woman and the African woman, the man is doing nothing and owns nothing, which is such a sad situation, and it's the reality we see today, especially coming from South Africa. Ramaphosa is just basically giving away the power of the men in South Africa, like to the AD, that is the other political party, which is an enemy to South Africa. But apart from that, we've seen racism. If you guys have been really, really careful, there's a couple of videos I've shared, I think, especially 2022. We were heavy also on South Africa. I don't know why, but I can't remember why we were heavy on it. There was a debate that drove us there. And I shared a video that was talking about a woman who it was a group of women who went demonstrating about the white people. It was about the land. It was last year. It was about the land where the white people claimed actually they are ready for a war. If any Black South African claims to want to take back a land that belongs to them, white people. So it is crazy. It is crazy. But before we get into that, shout out to K. Williams in the building. He says, good day. Good day to you too. Hope you're doing amazing. I'm not scared. You come back to hashtag free Joby. Let's go back to hashtag free Joby. It's no longer the scary Joby. Come on. I just need them kids to school, and I can't do anything right now because apparently we are on a holiday where schools are being closed. So I'm expecting my brother to be coming this weekend. Have a good time with him. And of course, I'm about to see also a lot of teenagers and children all around. But yeah, children do deserve to go to school. But yeah, let's go back to hashtag free Joby. But also say Kamfai says you need to talk about the private army they found in South Africa. I've not seen that, so I can't talk about that. I am not sure about the full details. Ikanfire. I'm not sure about the full details about that, and I've not bumped into that. The information I bring to you is what I've seen, what I've been able to tap into. I've not been able to see that. But just to say, I think the whites are planning to use them in case they didn't win the election. While white people have always been using Black people for their own benefit. Number one, that is one thing we need to understand. White people have always been using Black people for their own benefit. There's nowhere where including the Chinese, because I was trying to read that certain article right here. Let me see if I can pull it. Which was talking about the Chinese, because if you go back to the game it was given us yesterday from the Nigerian guy, we have the white woman, the Chinese, the Indian, the Mexican, the Black American woman, and the African woman, where all the other four, the men are doing something, but the other two, the men are not doing anything. Going back to China, which is, again, I said yesterday, China has always been given a certain type of hierarchy in Africa because of also the goods imported, which are very, very worthless goods, according to, and the amount of the wealth they steal from the African continent. It doesn't make any sense. But I was trying to read this because of what you just mentioned. It can find a way saying why people are trying to use them in case they didn't win the election. Why people have always used, again, I'll say that, black people for their own benefit. It's never, look at the puppets installed in Africa. That is number one. You should talk about the presidents. That's a very good example. Talk about the oppositions, which you know they're also paid people. It's a lot to actually break down. But there was this article I saw earlier, which was talking about why China is a promoter of peace globally. Globally, underline globally. For you guys, as you can see from the image, we have President William Ruto here, Jinping, and the wife. Then you can see the President William Ruto's also wife here. Okay, so let's understand what the article says. It says, born in Nachung Uprising on August 1927, the People's Liberation Army, in the People's Army, led by the Communist Party of China. Over the past 97 years, it has gone through trials and hardships in the cause to win independence for the nation, liberations for the people, and prosperity for the country, and contributed greatly to maintaining world peace and promoting the progress of mankind. That is China. But we know what China is all about. Personally, I've come to understand because I was so misinformed when I was in high school. When I was seeing fancy cars, I was like, wow, the Chinese are capable. All the resources are coming from the African continent. But you can see the image of those who control the world, to be specific, how they have, those who control the world, those who created China, how they have enabled China to look like it's a, what's the term I want to use? It's a savior. Yeah, that's the simplest. Like, it's a savior to the rest of the world. It is crazy. It is crazy. But let me go through. They're saying that now the PLA is being built into Great Wall of Steel that is capable of effectively safeguarding national sovereignty, security, and development interests. President Jinping noted that China will always and as forever before be a promoter of world peace, contributor to global development, and uphold the international order, and hence the Chinese army will always be a staunch force in keeping world peace. The glorious history of the People's Army was forged in blood, and thus it merits our remembrance. 70 years ago, Chinese leadership specified the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence in the entirely for the first time, namely mutual respect for sovereignty and territory integrity, mutual non-aggression, mutual non-interference in each other's internal affairs, equality and mutual benefits, and peaceful coexistence. With their inclusion in important international documents, the 5 principles have widely recognized the and observed the international community and have made edible historic contribution to the cause of human progress. Throughout the 70 years and more, China has not provoked a conflict or war or occupied a single inch of any foreign land. That is what they're trying to say.
That's bullshit.
And then I go back again before we get to continue. We understand it is bullshit, kid. It is bullshit. Karibu sana.
Asante Sana. China was, at that time,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
at that time, China was going through upheaval because the white man had been in there for 120 years stealing and robbing in China and humiliating the Chinese. So what happened, at that time they overthrew the emperor. So the emperor died all poor and fucked up the last emperor of China. They overthrew the emperor, and this is the Rockefellers and Rothschilds. The Jews go in there. They create the Communist Party. If you don't know, you guys don't know who created communism. You know, it was the Jays. They brought it to Russia. When they overthrew the Tsar of Russia, they overthrew Russia. They killed the king, the Tsar, same like the Emperor of China. They killed his ass. And then they proceeded to kill at least 20 million Russians. They killed the Jays. And these wicked bastards always getting power. It's genocide on a. Everybody see it happen in Gaza. So they killed at least 20 to 30 million Russians. Then they decided, so they funded what you have today, the Communist Party. China didn't have any money.
Exactly.
Who funded Mao? Who gave them weapons? They didn't have any weapons in China. They didn't make any weapons. Where'd the weapons come from? Who funded the Communist Manifesto? So, and Jays go in, print that army in China, and make China power. And then, because they'd already decided 100 years ago they were going to use China as their new, they were going to destroy America. They said, well, once we drain America and destroy that motherfucker, and this is real, because they don't believe in countries. They believe they're bigger than any country. They stand outside countries. So, so they create the Chinese Communist Army, not no fucking Mao. They did. So they put them in power, and when they put them in power, the Chinese killed like at least 20, 30 million motherfuckers over there. I don't, might be more than that. Let me do this real quick, Joe. Open another tab real quick and say, ask Google, say, yeah, open another tab real quick and say, how many Chinese were killed during the Cultural Revolution? How many Chinese? Say, ask Google, say, how many Chinese were killed during the Cultural Revolution? How many Chinese were killed during the Cultural Revolution? Gotta be 20, 30 million of them. This is what the Jays do. They go and commit genocide to put people in power to make sure they kill. They go and destroy the culture of a country, which they do to America.
1 to 2 million.
How many is it? How many, Joby?
1 to 2 million. It was 1 to 2 million.
Shit, get out of here. 1 to 2 million, my ass. That's Google line. At least 20 to 30 million. At least 1 to 2 million. You crazy as cat shit. So we know that the Googles and show about these people that they're trying to rewrite, make a fake history. 1 to 2 million. What? At least they starved. Once again, like they did in Russia, they starved the Chinese. There wasn't no 1 or 2 million people. At least 20 to 30 million of them they murdered. At least 2 million. You're out your mind. And so that's how they rewrite history. So they said, well, they're gonna use China. They'd already decided this 100 years ago. They were going to create China as a country. They were going to practice all their wicked ass shit that they wanted to bring to the rest of the world. And they can do it secretly to China because China wasn't a power. No one could see China coming. China was impoverished like Africa. It was poor.
Mhm.
But no one could see what they were going to do as they were slowly building China up into a power. You know,
Mhm.
China, China's a miracle. How is it a miracle, moron?
But Keith, okay, wait. Before you get to continue, we have to agree the uprising of China really happened very quick, very quick.
Of
It
course,
was
of course.
as much
Ev-
didn't
every-
know a lot back then. I was like, hey yo, China is producing now plates, forks, spoons.
if all the money of the planet is being given to China, see, they didn't get these loans, Joey, like Africa gets loans from IMF. No, they were given money. They were given technology. They were given manufacturing from America. They were given that. So why would another country, Joby, if you control the country, if you in your house, Joby, why would you give me all your shit? Why would you do that?
I won't. Why would I? Why?
Exactly.
I won't.
Exactly. You wouldn't do that. The reason why they did it because we don't control the country. The Jays do. There's no reason why America would give all its technology over to fucking China and all its manufacturing, literally, Joby, piece by piece, and then give them the technology. They don't give no Africans no technology. Give them the technology to mass produce everything now. Well, now they got the information that they know how to do it themselves. No one would do that, Joby. No one would do that. That wouldn't make any sense. Unless you understand the plan of the Jays. Why the hell would I give out my manufacturing to supposedly my enemy?
This is how we go back to, and thank you again for always passing this information, because I was just saying from the beginning of the show, I love the fact that I have the information I have right now, and it takes me back to my high school moment when I was seeing the cars, and I was like, hey, cause when I talk about the uprising of China, I was keen. I said even this, I was looking at the cups, at the forks, the spoons, everything like made in China. I'm like,
made in China. And if you go back a generation before you, Joby, everything was made in America, but also made in Japan. Now, Japan was also built by America, but not the extent of China. Because even though America did rebuild Japan after they blew it the fuck up, they didn't completely give them their engineering manufacturing base over to Japan. What they did allow the Japanese do to come and learn and study how to build and make shit on an industrial level. Japan took the knowledge back and started doing it themselves. They didn't actually build it for them. China was built for them. So I will say the difference between Japanese and China is that Japan did start building it, even though America did put them back on their feet. I want to be corrected. Joe, go to Google again and see what they say. Say how much money did America give to rebuild Japan? How much money did America give to rebuild Japan? See, China wasn't bombed out.
$1.2 billion.
Okay,
yeah, 1945 and 1952. They say they granted 1.2 billion.
Okay, so it's 1.2 billion. See, that was given. They're not giving Africa shit because they got to keep that hierarchy. So we rebuilt. We don't know this. We're talking about China and all. America rebuilt these motherfuckers. My grandmother's tax dollars rebuilt these fucking countries and made them powers. Don't ever let nobody get in your face, tell you about the Japanese and the Chinese and all that old dumb shit when they don't know nothing.
But still, Kate, let's not brag about America so much as well, because the same way we go back to talking about the Jays, controlling, funding China. Also,
Yeah.
America set up states for all the atrocities we were talking about yesterday's. So it's not.
I'm not bragging about America doing it. I'm saying it was because it's really not the American, because we have no control where our tax dollars go. This was the Jay's plan who actually control America. And if you don't have any idea who controls America, I want Joby to go. You'll look. What was it, a week ago when Netanyahu was in America and they all were cheering for him, had a unanimous applause. Every time they stood up and started cheering, everything he said was a lie because the Rothschilds control this motherfucker and the Rockefellers. You better believe it. We don't have no control of this country. And that was evident when they were supporting this genocide. And that's how wicked. See, white people are wicked. They were clapping and cheering. Every last body in the Congress and Senate was standing up for Netanyahu. And so we can put that up on YouTube. They all, yeah, yeah. Because, motherfucker, who created Israel? We know who created Israel. You better say their name, the Rothschilds. So when the Israel does whatever they do, come back to America, that's why they cheer, yeah, yeah. Because you better motherfucking believe that the Rothschilds control this.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw before you get continued. Did you see the disturbing videos of yesterday? It was yesterday or either on Monday, late Monday. The Israelites commanding and demanding raping the Palestinian prisoners. That was so disturbing to me. I'm like, wait, what?
And ain't nothing gonna be done. Because these motherfuckers control the power of the planet. They get to rape, kill, and pillage at will. So that's why you're seeing, like I said, Netanyahu is innocent men and women.
It was really disturbing to me. I was on video for like an hour before I slept. I'm like,
who do you think's down? Who do you think responsible for the Congo?
That is so disturbing.
Who do you think's responsible for South Africa? You better say the Jays. Who do you think's responsible for the Congo? Who's responsible for everything in Africa? The Jays. The Jays are responsible. All that shit.
Same people.
All that stuff in Africa is the Jays. That's why every time the major all the people that sit in the highest offices in America now are the Jays. Anthony Blinken is a Jay. Goddamn all of FBI is a J. CIA is a J. So you go through it's like, what the fuck? How the hell? Because you better believe motherfuckers that run these banks. Because these are banker wars. Now they're trying to go into Iran. They're setting up another war. Family, getting your kids ready.
It's the video you are watching and trying.
Say it again, Joby.
It's all of them. It is all. I'm saying it's all of them because the video you are watching on Friday, if you can remember after our show, because of the internet, the video you are watching, it was showing all of them, the CIAs, those who are involved with the J, all of them.
Yeah. Well, the J's created the CIA, J's created the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you see now they're trying to start another war. Iran has this. They're trying to start another fake war because they need this war because their economic scam is falling apart. So they need to stay afloat so they completely have China become a world power. The only problem with China can't win no war. China ain't won no war in fucking, I don't know, goddamn, 1,000 years. China ain't won no fucking war with nobody. China can't even beat the Indians. So that was the scam to bring China to a global power, but China ain't won no war against no damn body. And so, and so what you have, they were going to implode the United States. It was to implode the United States, running into debt. That's why the American debt can never be paid. America's already insolvent. It was to dumb down everybody in America. Most everybody had told you. I could tell everybody was dumber than we were 100 years ago just by the literature, the books I were reading. I could tell by the vernacular, and Black America's dumb as fuck. Been dumbed down to a level that is absolutely the Ebonics in Black America I ain't know what the fuck half the time people singing. That rap shit and I be talking about what I be. Listen to average black American. He sounds like an absolute moron. What are you talking about? That's on purpose. The dumbing down so you can't think logically. I'm like, what? Everybody got bad English. They can't understand Joby. Joby's English is in Africa. Her second language is now better than the American that speak English. Make it make sense because you've been dumbed down. You get on this the young black people talking American, you like in a twilight zone. You go back 100 years, black people talk all like, yeah, what I be saying, how I be doing, what we be saying when we go downtown, be doing, how I be saying, what we do. What? This is an absolute moron. My children would bring their friends over. I'd be just sitting there, and I'd just be listening. I'm like, wow. Sometimes, one time they overheard me. One of their friends overheard me. It's funny. This little teenager wanted to fight me and shit. I said, you better get your boy out of here by fucking break his neck, call his parents. Because I said it was my son. Who was it? It was my daughter. Well, anyway, when I came in, what about their friends over? I was like, I couldn't understand. My motherfucker was talking like a half an hour, and I needed a translator to know what it was. Like he's speaking. I was like, what? The ebonics was so bad. This is years ago, right? I said, I guess you overheard. I said, because I think I called, was it my daughter? Yeah, I told her my daughter in the kitchen. I said, you better not ever date this motherfucker. You understand that? Don't bring this moron back in my house again. I said, yeah, I went to the other room, at the TV room. I said, don't bring this moron back in my house ever again. You better not be dating him. He's a bumbling idiot. So I guess he overheard me, right? So he's outside. So I think I'm going to come in and fight your father. He said, you can't fight. My father got guns. He'll shoot and kill your ass, right? My father got weapons. He'll kill you, right? So he came back and said, Mr. Newsom, I don't like the way you talk. I said, boy, I'm a grown-ass man. You're a child. You think, what? Who you talking to? My daughter better get your punk ass out my house. And she better not bring you back in here again. You are an absolute moron. She better not bring your ass back in here again. And if you want to act stupid, like I said, you're on my house and my property. Dude, let me tell you the law. I don't want you in my house. I told you, best thing to leave. I told her, I'm going to teach my daughters you are a moron. And you better not be dating. She better not bring you back. You're an idiot. Okay? I'm going to tell you just honestly, since you overheard it, you're an idiot. You're going nowhere. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. No one will understand you. You are an absolute moron. She think it's cool to bring you here and laugh and you're in high school and all that shit. She better not be dating you. It's gonna be a problem.
Excuse me.
And I know she's old enough to date, and I told her no. And of course, teenagers are gonna want to do what they want to do behind my back. But I'll be checking for your stupid ass. so I mean, it was just crazy. Like, what? What is this moron? Of course, y'all say, nah, Keith, this is another generation. Nah. It ain't just that my daughter's a younger generation. You don't get the new generation, all that, the Gen Zs and all that shit. Nah. Hell no. Had nothing to do with none of that. Nope. This was a moron. Had nothing to do with none of that. I'm sitting there just listening. I'm like, what? So anyway.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Go ahead.
It's crazy, but I may get to shift a little from the conversation which has brought you here. Talking about China.
And how these and that's the problem with South Africa. Most of the people are so badly educated, they're morons.
Man, we're getting into that because I'm questioning where are the men when this is happening. But shout to Byron.
South Africa, I got to go on Joby again. Sorry, you South African moron. Now, I want you guys to understand how fucked up in the head these South Africans, how they hate other African people who actually freed your sorry asses from apartheid. See, that's the problem. You're not even taught none of this. I can't get mad at you because white people haven't taught you how you got free from South Africa. It was other Africans nations and the diaspora divesting in South Africa and the war with Angola that made the country collapse. White people didn't just become good. You see, they still don't like, still got you all fucked up because the job was never finished. But I'm going to show you what's indicative to these morons in their mindset. Let me pull this up. Last year, the South Africans had a white woman represent them in Miss Universe or Miss South Africa from 2023. You'll see that was a white woman. They had no problem with that. Miss South Africa's a white woman. Yeah, this how indoctrinated your mind is. This year's a black woman, but they're mad because she either has a Nigerian father or Nigerian mother. It's like either mama's Nigerian or daddy's South African, or the daddy is Nigerian and the mama's South African. They don't want to have her because one of her parents are Nigerian. They said, no, we don't want this black bitch to represent us. This African woman. The white woman fine. Who's not even the white woman fine. So do this for me, Trevor, real quick. Say South Africa from 2023. Then we'll see who's Miss South Africa 2024. Now, they love this white woman. Anything white, these no good bastards love in South Africa. Their minds are so fucked up. You talking about why they don't get their land back? Because they suck white people's dicks. Literally. The self-hate with these morons is deep. Why can't we ever fight like Kenya? Because Kenya's not fucked up in the head as much as you are. You fucked up in the head on a level that's crazy. The crime why you can't be like Kenya. Because your mind's fucked up. I don't see nobody white representing Kenya as Miss Kenya. Say Miss South Africa 2023. See images.
So let's try share this. South Africa, man. South Africa, I feel South Africa is really, really fucked up. But really, images. I was to pull up a video. I see there's a video of it. Really, really fucked.
I just saying the image. Now you pull up what you want. Now I'm gonna show you South Africa.
I was to pull a video because I see.
But you can pull up video, whatever you want to do. But you can pull up. I know I'm going to. You can pull up South Africa's 2024 woman who's black. She's half South African, but they're mad because she's got a Nigerian either. One of her parents are Nigerian, right? Who's African? And then and funny part, you're the same African, morons. Your borders are fake, stupid. But they don't want her to represent them because she has an African mother. I mean, a non-South African parent, one of them. But they had no problem with that white woman. Like, yeah.
Let me share this one here was saying. This is, I think this is about the same content.
Okay.
And actually, this is a few hours ago.
Okay, yeah.
So I believe the controversial is still going on in the country.
Yeah. How dare this nigga bitch represent us? We will what?
The disqualification of Chidima Onwe Adechina from the Miss South Africa pageant. Adechina, 23. On this now, let's welcome Sandra Makwasha for your time this afternoon. Firstly, let's get your response as a Human Rights Commission about the kind of outrage, by some South Africans over Miss South Africa finalist Adechina, and how she should not be representing the country based on assumptions that...
Outraged. They're outraged that a black woman is going to represent them and not a white woman. You talking about somebody's mind that is baked, somebody's mind that is completely destroyed. That's it. It's not a white country now. They've always had that white shit. It's not a white country. The majority is African. White people are a small minority in South Africa, Sonovia, but the white people do control it. It's just that the black people's minds in South Africa is destroyed. Oh, Joby's back. The white
people in South Africa they need to be, man. There's some brutality that needs to go. I think this country is gonna go back on apartheid, whatever it's gonna be, but there's no way. Because I feel like if you try to look at, because I'm trying to understand, I understand the white people never live in the country, having the white minority again rule in the country.
Small minority.
With what just broke news information, the schools, there was a balancing that was done in school, but there's enslavement, there's enslavement auctioning going on in schools. In schools.
Because the
South
mind,
Africa needs some beatings that needs to this country, or I don't know.
your mind is so colonized. Remember, your mind is so colonized, and you have not had the. You were given all this fake Nelson Mandela. You've never taught real education. Their minds are so destroyed, and the hatred. See, the hate they have for themselves because white people taught them to hate themselves is the same hatred they display to other Africans. Their self-hate is so. That's why they scream about Tyler, and they got mad when the African Americans checked that ass. They didn't know what to say. So don't bring your colored woman and think we're gonna goddamn put up over African people. You're out of your fucking mind. We don't get down like that.
With the videos, I'm not gonna be able to share those videos because it's gonna consume much of our time. But every video is set aside. We have the colored South Africans who actually lost after the apartheid. We have the black South Africans who are facing racism every single day in this country, and it's barely talked about. And then we have the white South Africans who are the minority, but in between or within some of them, they think that there is a group of white people who feel they keep on blaming black people for their own failures and their own racism.
Yeah.
It is so crazy to see the division going on in this country.
You're talking about a white psychopathic mind. You're talking about a psychopath. So and remember they always create a buffer class.
I want to do a video on TikTok. Sorry about that.
You want to do a video what now?
Yeah, I'm saying I want to do a video on TikTok calling out on the Nigerians and calling out on South Africans. And I know TikTok is gonna go crazy, but I'm ready for that. But I can't stand right now Nigerians, those who are boycotting the protest, those who are
Did you see the Nigerians
trying to stop the protest, and I can't stand South Africans for just not even saying simplest things in a school.
You got Nigerians who are out there protesting against the protest.
I do a TikTok video and it's bad. I'm so ready right now. I'm gonna be doing reactions of videos on these goofy people and those who cannot just help themselves to think. I'm gonna help them think. I'm gonna come criticizing all of you on TikTok. I'm not here to. No, I'm here to tell you the facts. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. The way TikTok could actually mute my video because of expressing my joy for demonstrations, you're about to face it. I'm about to do that. I'm so much angered about a group of, in 250 something million people, we have a group of some goofy ass, paid ass people coming to say, stop demonstrating. Who do you think you are? I'm not saying it's yet today.
The religious leaders.
Who the fuck do you think you are? And my friend.
Also, did you see the religious morons? The religious, them Muslim motherfuckers in North in Nigeria said, go back and pray to Allah for better. Allah. We've been praying to Allah. Allah ain't done shit. You know why? Because he ain't real. He said, go back and pray to Allah for better governance. Go home and be quiet and pray. Listen, the youth are past your fake praying. They've been praying for 500 years with all your fake guys that were brought in by non-African people, and they haven't given them shit but stolen their wealth. Pray to your fake Jesus, I'm broke. Pray to your fake Allah, I'm broke. See, when I didn't have your Allah or your Jesus, I was rich. If you know African history, I was rich when I prayed my own version of the Creator. Now that I got your goofy guys, I'm fucking broke. So go pray back some more to your goofy guys that got me broke and fucked up, who ain't done nothing for me. And I'm supposed to continue to pray to that shit. No, I pass. I'm done with that mental enslavement of praying all the time. if the shit was working, why would I have to go back and pray some more? I've been praying, and I'm eating all kind of turtles and porcupines and shit. I've been praying. Got more. Eating all kind of fucking bush meat around here. I've been praying. Tell me with your goofy prayers. I've been praying. I'm eating fucking bush and porcupine stew.
But let me read the article of what brought my frustration to South Africans. I'm meant to cover this conversation fully. I think I'm gonna do the way I'd set up the videos aside today, because what I'm trying to understand about South Africa is that we have, like Tyler said, we have the colored people, we have the black people, which the colored is the mulattoes, right? If I'm getting that correct. The colored.
I remember told they said every society with the mulattoes are better than African people. So that's why Tyler didn't want to identify as black in America, because that would be beneath her. I'm not black. I'm cut. So that's the mulatto. Same way they do in America. The mulattoes think they're better. So it's always African black people on the bottom.
But Keith,
Go ahead, Joby.
We've spoken about where you've said, and the facts, not just what you say, but based on the facts, where the mulattoes, even the white people themselves, don't consider them being part of their group. They are hosted, like in the community of the white people. They are considered different people.
They make them a separate group, but they make them still over black people. So they make them feel, so it's like a hierarchy. It's divide and conquer. If I make you feel a little bit better, then see, nobody wants to be on the bottom, Joby. So I make you feel better than black people. You got black in you, but you're not black. I say you're now a colored. And so I give you a little bit more respect and a little bit more in the economy than I do the black people. So I treat you a little bit better. Told you it's the hierarchy. It's white on top and black on the bottom, everybody else in the middle. So colors are told that they're better than African people. Same way they did in America, called mulattoes.
Do we have in history where a mulatto has been killed ever? There's a song, this is my playlist, and the singer is actually a mulatto. And there's a time she was questioned because of naming herself mulatto as an artist, and she had to change her name to Latto, now the artist who she is today. But in the song before her changed her name, she was like, listen, she was like, the reason why she had to change her name is because the questions that were popping up is that, why do you choose a name like that, mulatto, in a world where you people get killed? I'm like, I've never seen a mulatto anywhere where they are killed. So maybe I don't.
They don't get killed. They get preferential treatment. They're not trusted, because when Africans, it started with African Americans start taking back their pride, because I told you, we all told as Africans we're not shit. We're supposed to be in the bottom, and they gave us a hierarchy in America as well of mulattoes being over top of us, Joby. So if you look at all these first black organizations in America, they were all by mulattoes. Yeah, there's all even though they wasn't white, they were close to white. So all our black organizations were staffed by mulattoes, because we were not black is bad, African is bad, and being close to white is bad. That's why you see. That's why you know it's been on global. They see them skin bleach and shit. They bleach their skin and look lighter. So if you go back and look at all these fake black organizations, that wasn't even started by black people. The hierarchy in those institutions were always what, Joby? What the South Africans call the colors here. We didn't call them colors, we call them the mulattoes. It was always the mulatto, half white motherfuckers that were in charge of the niggas. And So since we were indoctrinated, we're like, oh, look at the mulattoes. And so we worship the mulattoes. That's how insidious this white supremacy is. So all our, coming out of slavery, Joby, all our schools.
Okay. Number one, let me,
Okay, let me finish real quick. All HBCUs, with all our colleges that black people
Okay.
love and talk about, don't know the history. All our colleges were created by the racist white man and for his mulatto children that he didn't want in his school, but he created a school away from him. And so when we go to HBCUs, it always was fighting, Joby, about the dark-skinned blacks and the mulatto blacks. So there's a movie about Child Spike Lee did that 40 years ago now, showing what it was, and people understand the dichotomy coming out of slavery, how the white man put the colors of the mulattoes over black people. So you were inspired to get white as you could, become a mulatto. So it was a self-hatred always, Joby, of African people. Have you hate yourself? So we had a mulatto class that would sell us out. These were your traitors. They put them in charge of black America. These were your sellouts and your traitors.
I'm gonna be very.
Because they not.
I get that.
They wanted to be more white than they did black. So they would always do the white man's bidding in black America by destroying us and giving the same self-hate as the master did. So like I said, if you go back to 100 years and look at those classes of graduating students from those HBCUs, I've already showed you that Rockefeller, these other white people created these colleges. You look at these colleges, they filled all with mulattoes. You're like, damn, is this motherfucker white? Or is they black? So white.
Okay. So that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. It feels like the pyramid of the Indians, where we have the pyramid of the Indians. That's I think that is what.
That's where they got it from.
I'm trying to understand it.
Yeah, that's where they got it from. But since they don't consider Indian a complete white man, they put the Indian underneath them, but he's over the black person, and the mulattoes are underneath the Indians. So it's a racial pyramid scheme, exactly, Joe. It's a racist racial pyramid scheme. When they got power, they implemented that shit. So that's what we're living under today, a racial pyramid scheme.
But I'm gonna be very honest. The first time I saw a mulatto was through a friend of my dad. We used to live like we were neighbors, 15 minutes walk.
Okay.
And I used to see the girl. It was a girl. I think I saw two. There were two of them in our homes, our area code. So I remember I saw the first one. She was really, really light. And I was like, I asked my stepmom, is this a Mzungu or is this an albino? So she told me, that's when this is a mixture of a black person and white person. Yeah, because I was confused. Because I'm trying to look at, number one, I'm trying to understand. I'm looking, and I'm just being honest here, okay? So I looked at the hair texture. Shout out to my stepmom, Manze. I looked at the hair texture, and I was like, nah, she has a mixture of white and black. So the hair is slightly black, slightly Mzungu. The skin color, more of Mzungu, though. As much as there's that, you can see, you can't really see it if you can't tell. If you can't tell, because I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. So,
they call that, Joby. They call that. Let me tell you what that.
But the way I'm understanding
what. Let me say something, Joby. Wait. They call that in America passing.
Okay.
When you're that white, when you're that light as a mulatto, a lot of black people try to pass as white people. So because they don't want to get you like black people, right? So a lot of people in America would pass as white, and they would get killed if they got caught. So they would marry white people without the white man knowing that they were actually black, because they would kill them. So that they call that passing. So I want you to study, Joby, when you get a chance, say black people who pass as white in America. And you see a lot of people, it's really globally, but you'll get a better understanding in America. They pass. That person could pass as white people looking at Joe. And so a lot of black people would choose to tend to be white, so their lives would be so hard, so their lives would be so fucked up. So it's called passing. Remember that movie? Remember that movie, Big Cheese, Jonas? Remember that movie we looked at with Big Cheese, Jonas, about 2 years ago? That woman was passing. She was in love with that black guy, and it ended up killing him because her mama didn't want everybody to know that she was black. Remember that movie that Big Cheese came for? Remember we got that? It's called Something Blues. Remember he left and went to Chicago, right? Remember her and her mother were passing for white down in the South. And he went to Chicago, became famous, and his brother was jealous of him. And his brother set him up and got him killed when he came back to South Africa. Came back to Southern part of America, and they hung his ass. We watched it together, Joey, me, you, and the whole family watched that shit like 2 years ago.
I'm trying.
You the one we played the movies on your end. It was always on your end. So we played that. I said, "Oh, this movie's cool." But it's about. And she, oh my God, they're gonna kill him. It's about her mama and the daughter passing as white, and the daughter marrying a white man without the knowledge of knowing that they were actually black. They were high, light-skinned mulattoes. They were passing as white. And when white people find kill your ass.
Many movies.
I can't
remember. You guys, I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember.
I forgot the name of it. The cheese man was somebody's blues, something. But anyway, it's about the mother didn't want her. Remember, they grew up young, and the girl knew that she was really an African, right, black, but she was light skinned and could pass for white. And she fell in love with the actual black kid, right? But the mama said, "Hell no, you don't." The mulattoes, you don't be bringing no nigga home to me. You don't take no niggas. Said, "Mom, but we are black. We don't nobody in this town know we're black. We're gonna pass as white." And so remember, but she still loved that girl, loved that boy, loved the black kid. But the mom would not let her because he was black. And so remember, they fell in love, so they would see each other secretly. Remember, they would see each other secretly. Yeah, passes. They said, yeah, blacks that pass as white. There you go. So if they get caught, the white people kill their ass because they don't like to be tricked. If they find out, so a lot of black Americans who passed, you never knew that they were actually black. They kept their mouth shut. Like you said, they could fool the white people. But if the white people ever caught you doing it, they would murder your ass because they don't want nobody black in their family, no one to get past and take the information, what they do to black people, back to black people. They want, they don't believe in you listening in on their conversation on what they do to black people and what they want to do to kill you and to rob you and all that other. They don't want no spy in there that they don't know ain't white. You go back and tell the black people, man, they plot to kill you and steal the land and flood us and shit. They don't want you doing that. So they found out you actually are black, they would kill your ass. So that's what that girl was doing. And so he said, if we ever found out, the mom was saying in that movie, if we ever found out your husband, your whole family would kill us, you leave that black boy alone. I told you, your day is dangerous to us. The mama, I don't love the man you made me. I don't love this white man. I don't love his ass. I don't care. We got a better life. I don't care that you don't do that.
But as Joe Mosquito, how dare me? Anyway, nice to see you. The TikTok phone went off, so I think that's what you're asking. It went off on me. I just put it on charge right now, so Shmani and Iwaton can be able to do the show. But Keisha Williams, I see you. Karibu sana, Sister Senovia. Let me go through the comments very quickly before we get to wind up. And I would say personally, and I also see Keisha as his own story of the.
I got mulattoes. I got remember my uncle
Uh-huh.
got a whole,
Yeah, I
whole
think it's
mix of damn Mexican and black mulattoes, which is a little bit different. The Mexicans don't don't respect them because they're black and had a black, and the blacks, you know, the blacks always accept mulattoes because they're lighter than them. Oh, so I told you when I had them in my house in Tampa back in the day, all these black kids were showing up all of a sudden. So I lived in a white neighborhood, but all these black kids from the school, these black boys were showing up to try to date the mulattoes, the damn cousins I had in my house, because they were mulatto. I had so many of these niggas at my goddamn house, and shit was crazy. I said, hey, get your ass out away from here, because of the mulatto factor. They were light skinned, and like Joey said, their hair wasn't as pinky. The self-hate shit.
Mm-hmm. I also bet the one we had in our hometown, she must be hot right now. She's probably the age of my sister, so but she's the hot cake right now in our area.
I told you.
Right now, personally, I never give them.
Exactly. She's the hot cake. That's right. Get some water, Joe. She's the hot cake now. That's right. She's the mulatto. And all these motherfuckers, that's what I knew about. Look, Spike's nasty ass would be on the internet looking for fucking mulatto. That's why he came across Katie. He was like, that's the mindset. That's Spike's right there. And I knew it. I said, Spike's is fucked up in the head. But I never told him I knew. I never told him I knew, but I knew. I knew. If you remember, Joey, I don't know if Joey remember this. I don't know if Joey remember this. Just Joey was first turning 23. Her first birthday back in 2021. Yeah, 2021. Joey turned 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2021. Joey turned 23. Now, if you remember while we were sitting there, Katie had been like 6 months, 5 months, whatever. He kept turning around all crazy. Light skin. Katie, the light skin. He was all enamored with Katie being light skinned. And in America, Katie wouldn't be considered light skinned. She wouldn't even be considered light skinned. She'd be considered just regular. But he's like, she's like light skinned. Like, he was enamored with that because he don't know he's been indoctrinated with that self-hate. He he did that a lot. It wasn't just a cat. I would notice. I say, this thing is indoctrinated. with that self-hate shit. Look at light skin. Katie light skin. And I don't think Joey was.
It's a no. It's a no.
You've seen it in Africa, Joey. The light skins get you. Look at the light skin. How all these Negroes go crazy about light skin. And you just like you said, well, you couldn't get a job unless you was the light skin African.
It's
that same thing Parvin told me.
But for me, like I'm saying, understanding a mulatto, the first a mulatto, and then also my life personally, I'm surrounded. My majority of my friends are light skinned, so I've never seen it as a big deal. But I just knew, like, I don't know why, but the majority of my friends, like close friends, are light skinned. That is one thing I've also observed for me in my life. Like growing up, I've had light skinned friends. So for me, it's never came as a big deal.
We're talking about the way they're treated. I
know. I understand what you're saying. I get you. So there's that treatment. Let's say for me, of course, having the privilege of attracting light-skinned friends, let me use that term, I should feel like, especially the hierarchy they're given in the society, I should feel some sort of type of way because I know I'm gonna get also privileges because I have light-skinned friends, but it doesn't also work like that, but I do get what you're saying. I do get to understand what you're saying, the way they are viewed, the way they are seen. But I'm glad for me, I'm speaking from my own point of view, the fact that I was never able to see beyond myself, like seeing because my mom was really light-skinned, being honest, really light-skinned. I didn't pick that. I'm a little bit light, yes, but I picked majority of the color of my dad. I'm super melanin, but which I really, really appreciate. But I've seen that even with my sister. My sister is really light skinned. If you guys want to see my sister, she's super light skinned. Majority of my brothers, also my siblings, are light skinned, but I'm glad that I was not, and which I hope African people can stop.
But it's
Stop
different.
thinking a light skinned person is really like
We're talking
really.
about, we're talking about being like, we're talking about being,
You
we're talking
know,
about being
they
a
just
mulatto. Not just light skin, a mulatto. Difference between being light skin and a mulatto.
It is the same, kid. When you come to Africa, it is the same. You guys in America can make a difference between a mulatto,
It ain't the same
a
thing.
light skinned African.
The mulattoes,
It is the same, kid.
the mulattoes are getting treated better than the regular Africans, Joby. I'm talking about the mulattoes, not the light skin.
You know, fight to that maybe before I end up. Mulattoes, are they treated better than the light skin, or is it the same? Let Shumani speak before I get to wine. They're treated better, or is it the same? Light skin, because of
Yeah,
Light skin and
better.
the same.
they're the same.
We don't even know the difference.
Exactly. Because for me, I had to ask, is this a Mzungu? Because you can't tell the difference between a mulatto and
The hair type. You look at the phenotype and you look at the hair. You know the difference between a mulatto and just a light skinned cat. I'm light skinned, but people know I'm not mixed because they can look at my hair and look at me. They know I'm not mixed. They know I'm goddamn African. The hair.
you feel. And in Africa, we also have, when you talk about the mixed Ethiopians, the mixed Somalis, majority of them are also mixed in Christianity. So if I see an Ethiopian Christian or a Somali Christian,
I'm talking about Spike's we used to hire. I'm not talking about Spike Lee Zenobia. I'm talking about Spikes who we used to hire, not Spike Lee. Spike Lee, not Spike Lee Zenobia. I'm talking about our own Spikes that we had, not Spike Lee, not the movie director Spike Lee. I'm talking about our own Spikes, not Spike Lee, not Spike Lee, the director. Zenobia. I'm talking about our own Spikes, not Spikes.
Imagine, okay. I'm gonna leave the experiences to you guys. If you come to Africa, observe the way Africans are treating light-skinned people, especially the melanated ones. How they treat.
I've already observed it. And I'm telling you, the mulattoes, whether you're Nigeria, Ghana, especially South Africa, the colors, the fucking Tylers get treated better. And they know that in okay, let me just do something. South Africa, that's a fact. Okay. I'm not gonna pull no punches. South Africa, they're treated better, Joby. That's a fact. That's why the colors, the mulattoes, they want to be called African. They want to be called mulatto.
You say that. Because for me in Kenya, Kate, let me tell you, okay, let me give you a very good example, okay, before you get to wind up, right? There's a time, and it just hit me immediately at the right time. There's a time I went to the club, me, Josephine, Hannah, and another girl. 3 of them are light skinned, very light skinned, like Iwaton and Katie, very light skinned. You know, I'm just been, you know, the other don't know, but you know, Anna and Jean, they were light skinned. So we went to the club, the 3 of us, that was, I think, 2022. I was denied entry. The 3 of them got into the club without being questioned about an ID.
I remember.
Age.
That was right.
About any.
I remember that.
And I was told, I'm like, what do you mean I look like a minor? What do you mean I look like a minor? I have an ID. What do you mean I look? I was left really, really astonished. I'm like, what do you mean I look like a minor? My ID is literally reading I'm past the age of entering this club, the required age that is supposed to be there. But because I'm a light skin, we had to leave the club. We literally had to leave the club because I was not allowed to enter. So what I'm trying to say is, as much as you are saying in Africa, the mulattoes, yes, the colored, the Tylers are treated better than the light-skinned. In Kenya, what I've seen is different. So long as you are light-skinned.
Let me tell you what, I'm gonna tell you where it's different in Kenya. And I've seen it with my own fucking eyes. Put a white person standing out at the club with black people standing out. The white person will walk right past the niggas in Kenya and be let in the club first. Huh?
With the white person, Keith, we've seen it. That is at Alchemist. That's the club. We've seen with the white person. It's known globally. Black people always give white people some certain type of respect, even when it means disrespecting them. But majority of African continent, and this is why we have bleaching in effect. Understand why we have bleaching in
I
effect?
said
Why people want to look so white?
because of the mindset,
Because
because
the
the
more
mindset has been colonized.
is because skinned people are more privileged in our society and our
What I said,
country, our
exactly.
continent. Okay, whether you are a mulatto or not,
You
you are
just
light skinned.
you just admitted what I just said, that the light skin and the mulattoes get more privilege than the Africans. I said that. You just admitted what I just said, Joby.
She's just my Igbo. She's just my Igbo. I didn't say that. I've said
You
whether
just
a mulatto or not, they consider you are light. No.
you just said it,
We'll
Joby.
wrap it up, family. I'm with kid. I'm taking so much time. I'm gonna take so much time right here, and I'm consuming the other next show's time. Thank you to everyone who has been with us. Let me go through quickly the comments and see what you guys are saying. Barrett Scott Karibu Sana. They were saying the small heart.
She just said it wasn't, and then she just explained how it is.
No, you shouldn't be arguing with me. You shouldn't be arguing with me because I'm talking facts, you know. He's talking facts too, but in this other I'm also talking facts. But it's okay. But anyway, family, much love. Have yourselves a beautiful day. I said you guys' comments. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go through all of them. It's quite a lot. Shout out to Simba. Thank you so much for tuning in. Barry Scott, Kejas Williams, Asanteni Sana for keeping the chat active, and of course for tuning in on today's morning show. On you guys' end, it is exactly 22 minutes past 2 p.m. And see you guys later on the Black Kings Frequency tonight on the Culture Show on the website and the radio station. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Pressure coming in. By Caterpillar, asama Afrocent alisema tabia za ngedere ni tabia za monkey business.
And shout out to Tyler, your career is washed up. Shout out to Tyler, your career is washed up,
Shout
woman. Tyler, the fake thing in South Africa, the damn colored of South Africa. Your career is washed up, lady. See, you thought you'd come to America and think that black people were going to put mulattoes over us. We don't do that here. So now you destroyed your own career. We don't put mulattoes over African people here. So you destroyed your career. So good luck selling your goofy music. Like, and even in South Africa, you're not going to make that money in South Africa, baby. You're not going to make that money in your goofy rands. You've been canceled in Black America. And white people don't give a shit about you. So you've been canceled here, lady. So good luck. You'll be singing in some club in Cape Town. Make me sweat. Make me holler. Make me blah, blah, blah. But I'm broke as fuck. I'm broke as fuck. I don't got no money because I tried to do that.
Much love, family.
Make me sweat.